If your attitude is a sneaky attitude, you're not going to have much success that day. But if
Mm-hmm.
you have a great attitude, then you will have success that day because everything is all about perspective. It's the glass half full or half empty. I choose to look at it as half full or
Yes.
in the process of being filled up.
Right. And see, I'm much more of a realist. I just see water in the glass. Hey
Hey
everybody,
everybody,
what up though?
what up though?
Welcome to
Clink.
Clink, the Sip and Chat edition. We are
Yes,
your
yes, yes.
hosts,
Cam.
and I'm Kay. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing?
Hey.
So we want to thank you for stopping by to our podcast and watching us. And like we always say, we are big grown and we talk about grown people ish
Yes, we
over
do.
here on this channel. Okay. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So, and today is no different. Girl, I just want to say, how was your day today?
Hot.
Oh,
It was hot. It was
hot.
hot today.
Hmm.
It was hot.
I mean, yeah,
But
it
I
was
was
hot
glad that
outside.
it was hot though because we have long winters and I like when it's warm. As long as I have air conditioning, I'm great. But overall I had a great day today at
Hmm.
work. I mean,
Yeah,
it's it was good. Which how was your day?
it was chill. As we're recording this, it's a Friday, so
Hmm.
our Fridays at my 9 to 5 is very laid back and chill, and sometimes that can make for a long day because it can be dragging.
It's
And
gonna be a little
today
too
was
chilling, huh?
dragging.
Too
Yeah,
chill,
just a
too
little
chill.
bit. I had the chance to finish Bridgerton. So I'm
Okay.
all done. I was watching that, and I
Must
was,
be nice.
and I got to see the rest of Perfect Match on Netflix, season 2. So I'm good with that. Just waiting
So
on.
you look caught up on stuff, huh?
I am. Oh yeah. So Friday's like our catch up
Yeah.
day. So yeah. So today we are just going to we're gonna start off with our inspiration moments, and then we're
Yes.
gonna go into a fun movie fact, and
Yes.
then we're gonna talk about grace, giving people grace and what that looks like. So.
Yes.
Mhm.
So with you asking me
Mhm.
about how my day went,
Mhm.
my day went how it went, but my day went well because of a little thing called my attitude. So what I want to talk about in our inspirational moment is an attitude is a little thing that can make a big difference.
Oh yes.
So, I work in a high fast paced industry because I'm in gaming. So
Mhm.
my job, I take people's money all day. So they think,
Right.
but I'm not really taking it, they're giving it away
That part.
because they walk in the door with the illusion that they're going to win money. And it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but it's nobody's fault either way because it's your choice.
Mhm.
So with that being said, when I wake up in the morning, I get ready to go to work, I have to change my attitude because I work around a lot of negativity.
Mhm.
And
I can
so,
imagine.
yeah, because people are big mad
Yeah.
a lot of the time. And it's like, whoa. So I have to change those frowns into smiles. So what I do is I'm always kind, I am empathetic. And I have a good attitude. And I find that when I have a good attitude, that rubs off on other people.
Okay.
So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, attitude can make or break your day. Something I used to say on my Facebook years ago, like every day, I said in the morning, I was like, I greet everybody in the morning, like, hey, y'all, what's up? And then I said, make today great on purpose
Mm,
because we have the choice to have a good day or a bad day.
hmm.
And attitude is part of that,
It is.
so don't forget that you have a choice whether you have a good day or a bad day. That's up to you.
Yeah. I remember I had a teacher who said your attitude, what is it? Your
Affects.
attitude affects your altitude.
Mhm.
So if your attitude is a sneaky attitude, you're not going to have much success that day. But if
Mhm.
you have a great attitude, then you will have success that day because everything is all about perspective. It's the glass half full or half empty. I choose to look at it as half full or
Yes.
in the process of being filled up.
Right. And see, I'm much more of a realist. I just see water in the glass.
So, with that being said, what fun fact are you going to tell us about movies
All
today?
right. So this is Kay's movie fun facts.
Movie moments.
Okay. So did you know that the movie Beverly Hills Cop,
Mm-hmm.
it was supposed to star Sylvester Stallone?
And I'm glad that it didn't. I think they did a great
Yes,
choice.
he was so I heard that he was like was trying to rewrite it. He wanted it to go in another direction and they were sick of him.
Go
And
write your own movie.
right, going over there and do something else. And they got this kid that was popping on Saturday Night Live and it was Eddie Murphy. I could not imagine
I could not
Beverly,
imagine.
because he wanted to be like a blow him up, like an action, like a Sly movie.
Yeah,
No,
it was supposed to be funny. I'm glad
no.
they got Eddie Murphy. That was a great choice.
Yes, that was a great choice. I couldn't see Sly doing that.
And I say that to say, I'm glad you said that because I said to upcoming filmmakers, don't
Mhm.
always think you have to get the most popular person for a
Come
role.
on now,
Get the right person
the
for the
right
role
person.
because it's not about making money all the time and popularity. If you want a piece that's going to last, that's going to be like they use Eddie Murphy, it's a classic. No one could have played that role, and you couldn't even imagine anybody else playing that
Cannot,
role other than him.
cannot.
So follow your gut instinct when it comes to your passion projects and things that you're doing.
Yeah, and don't be afraid. 'Cause I guess because they wanted Sly,
Mm-hmm.
and they saw it wasn't working. Don't be afraid to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Filmmakers. I mean, I'm newly filmmakers, but
Yeah.
stick to your guns. If you have a vision for your particular project, don't forget to pivot if somebody's not panning out.
Right.
There's other folk.
It's a lot of other people who will give you a great attitude,
Mm-hmm.
who will show up on time and put their heart and soul into your
Mm-hmm.
project. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. So
that's a
as we
fun
gearing,
fact.
yeah, as we gearing up for Beverly Hill Cop 4 on Netflix. It's supposed to be released this summer, I believe.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. You know how them Netflix originals. We'll see.
I
All
love Eddie Murphy though.
right.
He is a great talent. Okay, so moving forward, we are going to talk about a beautiful word called grace.
It's by God's grace. Remember that song?
All
All
things
things
through
through Christ
Christ Jesus.
Jesus.
No
No
weapon
weapon formed
formed
against
against
me
me
shall
shall prosper.
prosper. I used to love
It'll never
Virtue.
prosper.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Virtue.
I love that song too. That's a good song. I'm gonna have to sing that tomorrow morning.
Or
So
or
come
that's that
on in.
Trinity. That was
Trinity
Trinity.
five
Yeah,
seven
yeah.
is yeah. But grace.
Yes.
Grace is something that we may not deserve. It may not be something that we deserve, but it's grace. So I'm going to get out my handy dandy computer and I'm going to
All
give you
right.
the definition of
Grace.
grace. Grace is simple elegance or refinement of movement. She moved through the water with effortless grace. But that ain't the one we're talking about.
Right.
So it says grace, the verb, is to do honor or credit to someone or something by one's presence. We don't want that one either. So the free and unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowal of blessings. A period officially allowed. It's a whole lot of stuff in here, but the one I want to talk about is to do honor or to credit something to someone's presence, which means like um we want to talk about the grace of God, I guess. With just saying that it's undeserved.
Yes.
When we do certain things, we say certain things, a parent's love is an expression of grace.
Mm-hmm.
You may not be perfect. None of us are perfect. You may do things wrong, but they extend you grace because they give you understanding.
Yes, and by me being, I went to Bible school, and one thing that grace is too is, of course, we know it's God's unmerited favor.
Mm.
And like Cam said, it's an act that that we don't deserve, but yet He gives it to us, and by us, if you are a Christian, you know you're being His child. We're supposed to do the same to others,
Mm-hmm.
and because a lot of times we know that people do stuff to us, they hurt us
Ooh.
intentionally and unintentionally.
Yeah.
Um, and I know it can be hard to extend people grace sometimes, but I know for me, I had instances where I had to, like, extend grace to people that did me wrong. Um, Hard, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think back because he always give me grace because I be messing up a lot. I'm like, who am I not to give somebody else grace?
Yes. And I think that's a beautiful thing to say, but it's like as we go along our life's journey, we're going to encounter people every day in the car. Give people grace because I'm learning people I say the car a lot because people drive like complete fools. But give them grace, let them go ahead. If you in that big of a rush, what I do is I pray for them. I say, Lord, bless them that they get where they need to go and they don't kill nobody or
Mhm.
themselves while they're trying to get there. Because I remember when I was younger, I'd be like, that's why he probably gonna be flipped over. I don't want nobody to be
Oh,
flipped over down the road. I want them to be safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. Because a lot of times when people get in accidents, they don't get in accidents by themselves. They
right.
involve other people.
Exactly.
So just give grace to people. Even we talked about attitude earlier.
Hmm.
You may see somebody that has a bad attitude, but you don't know what they're going through. You don't know
You
what they went through
don't.
before they cross paths with you.
Right, because we've all have the same experience when it comes to this. Like whether you're on the receiving end or you're doing it, like you're at a store or wherever, and somebody just has an attitude, and they're like, cussing at you. Because what I do, I deal with people on a daily basis. So somebody can be on the other end of the phone. I'm calling them to let them know something about their child, and
Give them some pertinent information.
right, or they're calling in about their child and something is not being done, and they want to cuss and holler at me. I a lot of times I'll be like, okay, lower your tone, calm down. I said, because I'm not getting loud with you. I said, if you continue, I will hang this phone up and you can call back another day. I do say that with my boss standing right there. So she knows I'm not going to take that. And then, they're like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going through such and such. And then it's like, I extend them that grace,
Hmm.
because I can imagine that you're going through something,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're not going to be disrespecting me, But, but yeah, so and once we get to talk to people, we because I people have parents have poured out their hearts. I'm going through this with my child, da da da, and I'm like, okay, I can see why they
Yeah.
was getting upset.
But it's like peeling back the layers of an onion.
Hmm.
A lot of times, sometimes people don't even know that they're rude when they are rude. And sometimes if you talk to them gently, they will change
Yeah.
because they have this thing now that they're like match energy. If you get rah rah with me, I'm gonna get rah rah with you. Rah rah and rah rah equals calamity. Rah rah and rah rah equals just a big mess. So sometimes what it was the word tells us to be slow to speak. So with my job, honey, woo baby,
Let them
baby,
know, girl.
baby,
Tell 'em.
I will tell you in a nice way, in a
Mhm.
nice loving way. I have one client, and he just is nasty. He just
Mm.
don't like. I don't know what he like or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell him it is free to be kind, and I will do my job. And he always wants to nitpick me, just always constantly wants to. And for a long time, I let it bother me.
Mm.
So what I started doing when he talks, I acknowledge him when he says something that is valid. If he says something stupid, I act like he's not talking to me at all. And he, at first, he was getting angry, but
Mm-hmm.
as they say, you can teach people how to deal with you. So he has learned that if he says something stupid, he's not going to get any type of response.
Right.
But if he talks kind and like he has some sense, then I will deal with him accordingly. But no matter what he does, I treat him kindly. But he has gotten out of pocket, and the pen is mightier than the sword. So I
Mm-hmm.
did write him up and send it to HR because I told him, I said, you can't keep doing this to people because we are here giving you a service and we're kind to you.
Mm-hmm.
We've given you grace, but sometimes grace can wear out
Yeah, it sure can.
when you are
Huh.
being
It
rude
sure
and
can.
ignorant. Because if I'm giving you grace and I'm treating you loving and with kindness, then I deserve that back.
Yes, because some people will take you extending them grace as they would. Some people will try to take advantage of that
Or think you're weak.
or
And
think you weak.
but my strength is in me giving you grace because you don't want
Exactly.
to see the other side
Exactly.
because you can't handle that.
Right. And and speaking of the other side, we was talking about this at work because it was somebody I was last dating, and I had to like he had to see this other side of me, and he thought like, why you acting hard? No, boo boo, I'm not acting because this is the Kalani you don't want to see. This is the Kalani that don't come out unless you do something wrong to her.
Do you want to come out and play?
Come out and
That,
play.
and I get that because you go through life and you're doing the right thing. You're not
Mhm.
trying to do the right thing. You are purposely
Mhm.
doing the right thing, and people just get rude and disrespectful, and they think because I always get I get a little like ew when I
Mhm.
hear somebody say she's crazy, no,
Mhm.
or he's crazy.
Mhm.
What did you do to them? What
Mhm.
lies did you tell them? Um, Especially when you've been in a relationship and someone has told you how they've been hurt, the things that they've gone through, and then you turn around and do the same exact thing that they've gone through. It's almost like you're spitting in their face because they told you what that they were hurt. They told you their
Mhm.
triggers, and then you go and do the same thing, knowing that what
Yeah.
they've been through. That's not right.
Yeah. So, do you find it more difficult to extend grace to those closest to you or strangers?
Hmm. I practice extending grace to those that are closest to me,
Mhm.
because now that as I as I am growing and maturing every day, I find if I love you, I'm going to treat you with respect. I'm going to extend you grace because I want you in my life. Now, if I don't want you in my life, no, you ain't getting no grace.
Mhm.
I mean, I extend grace to everyone,
Mhm.
but if you keep on just trying to provoke me, I'm just going to leave you alone. That's my grace to you, is to leave you alone because I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of ruffling my feathers. I'm just
Mhm.
going to leave you alone. So I have the beautiful spirit of the bust up spirit, and that's me extending you grace because if you keep doing something and it's not right towards me, I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to give you grace about it and try to get through it. But if I can't find a solution to the problem, I'm just going to leave you alone. And you'll just be like,
Yeah.
well, where did she go? And you'll be like, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Get that, baby.
Nobody
Nobody
knows.
knows. I will ghost you.
Yeah. I think in general, I think a lot of us or people tend to extend grace more to strangers and those around, closest to us.
I can see that. Because
Because
people around you be getting on your damn
get
nerves.
girl, because you're in contact with them all the time, especially if that's like a significant other, child, girl. It's hard.
It's
I know it's
hard.
hard. I've been in relationships. I know it's hard.
Especially when, and like I
Okay.
said, when you keep being a repeat offender, heck yeah, because
hmm
then you want to, yeah,
But yeah, so but
it's
we
hard.
do, like you said, we have to practice and extend grace, especially to those that's near and dear to us.
Yeah.
You know, our families, our mates,
That's why you got
and
to
our
stay
friends.
prayed up
hmm
because God will give you his perfect peace that surpasses all understanding. And you need that in your life every day of your life because when those ugly surprises or those things pop up,
hmm
you need God to be in your heart to be able to extend that grace.
We do.
Because if he ain't there, you're going to get something else.
Ooh, yes, you are.
And I don't want to be that way. I remember when I was young,
uh-huh.
I was really just like super emotional about everything. Just like everything. Like, oh my gosh, is it in the world? Oh, and it's like I make sure in where I am in my life now that I don't allow myself to get emotional like that.
hmm
And it's not being fake. It's
hmm
about the Bible tells us that you are supposed to exercise the spirit of self-control. Because if you can't control you, you can't control nothing else. Not that you can control anything anyway,
Exactly.
but you have to have a level of self control because if you don't, that's where you see these
Mm.
people out here doing all this and you ain't gone because I'm gone and fighting and stabbing each other in bars and throwing
Shooting.
bottles. I'm
Yeah.
shooting. I ain't doing all that. You, B, okay. I'm going to look at you and say, my name is Cameron. So I know, so if somebody says an obscenity to me, you're not talking to me
hmm
because I know who I am.
hmm
My name is not that. I am this. And I'll walk away like you ain't, I'll walk away because you're not talking to me. I'm only going to, you're not anything except for what you hold on to.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
If somebody calls you out of your name or try to besmirch your name, you're only gonna it's only gonna have validity if you hold on to it or if you respond to it. So you can have that all by yourself. And I'm gonna go
That, you
back
know
to
what,
my peaceful
that's
place.
something that for a lot of people, I know for myself, it has to be learned and practiced a lot,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you do just want to pop off.
You just want to bust
Sometimes
somebody
you
in the
do.
damn face.
You don't feel like extending grace. You know, we just gonna keep it real. You don't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
especially when, like, you might be in your feelings, you might be having a bad day, you might have been done wrong. You know, yeah, but they. True, yes, but still, you have to extend that grace.
Yeah.
That don't mean you got to be around them
That don't mean you got to be a
now.
doormat.
Exactly.
You ain't got to
Now we're not
be
saying that now. Like, take
dogged.
it. No,
Mm-mm.
don't do that.
Bust up spirit.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You act a fool on me and you keep on. I just bust up because
hmm
I don't want to lose myself because
mm.
you can change the
Trajectory.
trajectory of your life
Yeah.
by in 20 seconds by one messed up mistake
Girl,
and then
cause you could land
everything going
yourself
to
in
hell
jail.
or dead because you can't keep your mouth shut or you can't walk away
That part.
and you because you may think you a fool but there's always a bigger fool than you.
It is. And you may think you all big and bad. I know I do. I know I got hands. But it could be somebody who, who have more
I got
hands.
hands
I
too.
haven't met that person yet, but no.
All
But
right,
no.
Kung Fu Joe. She like, cause I ain't met that person with them hands. Cause I know.
Again, I'm cool. I'm laid back. I don't start nothing, but I finish it if you cross me. But again,
Grace.
grace. But like I
You
said, though,
are hilarious.
it's a learned thing.
It is.
It's something that we have to just continue and remind ourselves to do. And if you mess up, okay, you got another chance to do it.
Yes.
That's the good part.
It is. So we just want that's our message to everyone today. Extend grace because you never know what somebody is going through. And even when you are going through your own stuff, give yourself grace.
Yes,
Don't
that could be
beat
the
yourself
hardest
up.
thing.
It is.
Oh, because I know I had, oh my gosh, I was the person that I was really hard on myself. I would like beat myself up because I did this and I did that. I mean, it was just, I mean, God really had to like just speak to me, like, don't beat yourself up. Because we can be our own worst enemy.
Yes. And sometimes you have to get delivered from that because
Mm-hmm.
you can watch your parents or different people in your life handle things certain ways. And so you are you 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 are what you've lived, you are what you've seen. And sometimes we beat ourselves up with a false humility when we don't have to do all that. We just have to be who we are
Mm-hmm.
and accept ourselves for who we are and walk in that grace because his grace is renewed every single
And it's
second of your life.
sufficient. And it's sufficient.
Mhm.
So yeah, we just wanted to come. We didn't we because we kind of crunched for time for the next 2 weeks because we're both going to be like out of town. So, but we did want to just come on here and still, leave you all with something
Inspiration.
and just depart something, and because we are all helping each other out in this thing called life.
This is our
Okay.
first time here. We're trying to figure it
Hello.
out one day
Yes.
at a time.
Yep. So, and as you know, we are still on our road for 200
Hmm.
subscribers. So go ahead if you've been watching us and you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Okay.
Subscribe.
And go ahead and tell your friends, your family to share us with the people in your life. And go ahead and hit that like because it really helps us in the algorithm on YouTube. We show up in other people's feeds, and people have been finding us that way as well. So, and we want to thank you to all the new people that have subscribed. Thank you so much. We want to thank you to our loyal listeners. Thank you
Yes.
for being loyal, and thank you for listening to us week after week and sharing us.
Thank you for being
Being
a
a
friend. Doom,
friend.
doom, doom, doom. Travel down
Down
the
the
road
road
and
and
back
back
again.
again.
Your
Your
heart
heart
is
is
pure.
true.
You're
You're
a
a
pal
pal
and
and
a
a
confidant.
confidant.
Hmm.
Okay.
So until next time, thank you for joining us on Clink
Clink.
Sipping Chats.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.